We want to get back out to Andrea Jackson because she is live outside of Lake Mary High School right now with the latest on the breaking news situation there. Hi, Andrea.
Hey, good morning. Some good news here. This is from the Seminole County School District. The code red has been lifted. All students are safe. The lockdown has been lifted for normal school activities. We should let you know at 7:55 this morning, Lake Mary High School went on a code red lockdown. There was an isolated incident reported on campus that required the school to be locked down. Situation's been isolated. Students are safe, and the Seminole County Sheriff's Department is handling it. They are on site working to remedy what's left of the situation here. Again, if parents want to pick up their children, they can. They're instructed to do so at the main entrance on Lake Mary Longwood, and there is quite a big traffic backup along that stretch. But again, the code red has been lifted. School activities have resumed to normal. It was one isolated incident. All the students are safe. Again, if you're coming to pick up your student, you'll need to do so at the main entrance. But like we mentioned, all school activities have resumed. We'll send it on back to you in the studio.
The parents who are involved in this are ones that we are with at this time.
Tragedy at a local high school. Reports of a gunshot on campus prompt a code red lockdown. We just learned from deputies that gunshot was fired by a 17-year-old girl who took her life on campus. Thanks for being with us. I'm Bridget Ellison.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor in for Justin Wormuth. Right now, officials say classes have resumed, although some parents chose to pick up their children. The incident happened this morning in Seminole County inside the Lake Mary High School auditorium. And News 6's Nadine Yanis joins us live from the campus where the sheriff just spoke moments ago. So Nadine, is there any word on how the girl was able to bring a gun on campus?
Kirsten, that's a question that worried parents have been asking me all morning. The sheriff says he simply is not ready to answer that question yet. What he can say is that there is and never was a threat to other students, that this was an isolated tragedy where this young girl, 17 years old, an 11th grader, asked to use the restroom, but instead took her own life in the auditorium.
There is no active threat on any Seminole County Public School campus.
Seminole County Sheriff Dennis Lima wants parents to know their child at Lake Mary High School is safe after a 17-year-old girl shot and killed herself at the end of first period around 8 o'clock on campus this morning.
The student left class 5 or 10 minutes early, telling her teacher that she had to go to the restroom. She left that classroom, went to an isolated area in the auditorium building. Up until this point, we don't know that any other student or teacher was around that area at the time, and there was one gunshot heard in the building.
He also wants to let parents know that if you haven't been in touch with your child, they are safe too, because the sheriff's office is already with the father of the 11th grader who took her life.
We have victim advocates that are with the child's father right now.
It prompted a code red and prompted several worried parents, many in tears, to rush to pick up their kids.
I just want to get her home, hold her, tell her I love her.
This while the sheriff says they're investigating whose gun the teen brought and how she got it onto campus.
Where did she get the gun? How long did she have the gun? I'm not prepared to answer any of those questions right now. That is something that is uncovered as the investigation progresses and continues.
And so we do know that school is resuming for the day, that grief counselors are on campus. While we also have a lot of questions, you just heard the sheriff there, they're obviously still investigating. We're going to work to answer those questions for News 6 starting at 4, including hearing from school officials on how they plan to even move forward after the tragedy within these hallways here at Lake Mary High School this morning. Live in Seminole County, I'm Nadine Yanis, getting results, News 6.
Nadine, thank you. And crisis counselors at locally operated centers across the U.S. are available 24 hours a day through the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. That number, 1-800-273-TALK, is there on your screen. We've also included it in this story on clickorlando.com.
We have learned classes at Lake Mary High School are canceled tomorrow. News 6's Nadine Yanis joins us live from the school in Lake Mary. Nadine, the girl's name has yet to be released.
No, investigators say that they are still trying to make sure all family knew, that they've already made contact with dad. It looks like they're trying to find mom to let mom know. This while school officials have canceled classes and try to figure out how they're going to move forward after that 11th grader took her own life in the auditorium here.
Any way you cut it, this is such a horrible, horrible tragedy.
With the sound of helicopters hovering overhead. and the sights of deputies on surrounding streets, Seminole County Sheriff Dennis Lima expressed to the community the Lake Mary High School campus is safe after a student, just 17 years old, shot and killed herself on campus about 10 minutes before the end of first period this morning.
A 17-year-old 11th grader asks permission to leave the classroom to go to the restroom. The student leaves the classroom, and anywhere 5 or 10 minutes later, they hear a gunshot.
A teacher finding the girl in an isolated area in the auditorium, now wrapped with crime scene tape today.
It appears that she went out of her way to do it in an area where nobody else was at.
In less than a minute, both SROs assigned to campus and a nurse were at the scene. The sheriff says the girl died here.
Honestly, don't know the circumstances that evolved here. But I know that the greatest thing that we can do is to make sure that we're involved, we're connected.
Parents rushing to the scene immediately after, hugging their kids, while detectives try to figure out how she got the gun and how she was able to bring it on campus to begin with.
Having a gun in the hands of a 17-year-old is not a good thing. So that's one of the things we have to look at.
And so several students went home early today. Some of them stayed behind because they heard that gunshot in the auditorium here. They were being interviewed not only by detectives, but by grief counselors as well. And school officials want everyone to know that grief counselors will be here at school today, tomorrow, and Friday, which is the beginning of spring break here in Seminole County. They want people to know that the resources are here. Live in Seminole County, I'm Nadine Yanis getting results, News 6.
Nadine, thank you.